I was broke. So I decided to sell some records. And that got me to a thinking. Hello. Welcome to another Parthian Films Blabbercast. This work falls under the umbrella of How I Remember Music. This particular series is entitled Should It Stay or Should It Go? A Final Evaluation. This Blabbercast is an evaluation of my vinyl collection. I'm asking the question, do I really need all this wax? And on this second episode, I will be talking about this record. Hello, Dolly. This is Louis Armstrong and the All-Stars. Let's start with the financial value. I see it's on sale online anywhere between 30 and 70 bucks. Disc Dogs noted it as a rare find. So, that is the financial evaluation. Now on to the more personal evaluation. This record was produced in 1964, and I'm not sure when my parents bought this record, but for me, it's been around forever. Now, it took me some time to really appreciate Louis Armstrong, but his music has always represented joy. It just seems like happy music from a happy guy. Anywho, so this particular record came from my parents' collection, and it stood out for a number of reasons, not the least of which was the fact that my cousin acquired the nickname Dolly. So when I hear that song, I think of my cousin Colleen. Well, this particular record has a huge sentimental value. It's a family heirloom, as it were. My deeper appreciation for Louis Armstrong came when I watched the PBS American Masters documentary. I've seen a few docs about the man, and of course, he was front and center in Ken Burns' jazz series. But if you don't have 19 weeks to spare for one of Ken's long stories, I thought I was long-winded. Anywho, I'd highly recommend this American Masters show. It explains how and why he was not only a great artist, but a great man, kind and loving. My other favorite online bit is a show he did in Copenhagen in 1933. So Louis would have been 33 years old, at the height of his artistic prowess. I'll give you a brief look at that now. Every night when I shake with fight, cut my dynamite, change your mind, Again, if that was your first introduction to Louis Armstrong, and you liked it, I would suggest you search out any of his recordings he made with the Hot 5 and Hot 7 bands, going back to about 1925. Killers, all. But back to this record, and the title track, Hello, Dolly. This song was Louis's bestseller, and it won him a Grammy for the best song of the year. In the Ken Burns doc, Jazz, as best I remember the story, the band did some recordings in December of 1963. Hello, Dolly was recorded to promote the Broadway musical. And as the story goes, the band was out on the road, and the audience kept yelling out, "Hello, Dolly! Hello, Dolly!" Basically, requesting the song. Seeing as it was the 1960s and they were out of New York, out in the hinterlands, they had no idea they had such a huge hit on their hands. Anywho, Lewis's life is just rich with American history. And for some perspective on the time, I would like to read a bit from the notes on the back of the record. This wonderful man shakes up the music business regularly with his beautiful horn and distinctive voice, and knocks the youngsters, no matter how long or short their hair, off their complacent perches. And kind of funny now, that comment about the length of the hair. But it was an issue in the 60s. So when you think of America in 1964, you can think of civil unrest. The Beatles played the Ed Sullivan Show and were on their first world tour. Revolution was just around the corner. Now, Lewis took some heat from his community. They branded him as an Uncle Tom. But find out for yourself. Make up your own mind. One bit that I came across, Lewis told a reporter, and I'm quoting here, "The way they treat my people in the South, the government can go to hell." Coincidence or not, a couple of days later, President Eisenhower sent in the 101st Airborne to protect those students in Little Rock. So when I think of the 60s, I do remember the assassination of JFK. I remember the riots on the TV, the Vietnam War, and all that revolution. That's in hindsight. My childhood during the 60s was joy and sunshine, road hockey and baseball, playing kick the can and hide and seek. My 60s were pure joy, and therefore, to me, this record is the quintessential 60s music. Happiness and joy. And yes, this record scores the highest possible count in terms of sentimentality, at least for me. Ipso facto, when I answer the question, should it stay or should it go, it's gotta stay. You? What do you think? I look forward to hearing from you using the comment section below. And if you have a record that you want me to evaluate, use the comments or contact me directly through the Snake River Theatrical Plagiarist Guild at the address listed below. And if you want to check out Lewis online, I gave you some links. I hope you subscribe and stay tuned for future evaluations. Now, may we all experience peace, love, and understanding. Out.